my Taurus collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Welcome to your 7-card draw. What do I need read for this full moon to new moon June 2022? I am your reader. Mark, Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short. They're my initials. It's not a mystery. Mark, Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short. Professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Production since 1998, author of Words of Grace from a Professional Witch, available on Kindle. You know what? There's a link in the description box and you can watch the preview for free. Just preview the book for free and see the dedication to my mom, which is just the coolest thing I think I've ever written. And what else? Oh yeah, I'm a creator on Patreon, patreon.com/drawing the circle, my favorite thing. Seriously, Julie Andrews ain't got nothing on me. I love me, my Patreon. I got humans, heroes, angels, witches, immortals, gods, goddesses over there, my tiers of subscribers. I love them. My inner artist has been set free as a result of all the shadow work I've done in the past couple of years. So go check it out. I think you'll dig it. Let's get on with it. If you are new to the channel, a 7-card draw is just one card from 7 different decks, getting you clues, tips, and hints about a specific astrological timeline, therefore not a timeless read. A timed reading, a waxing moon from full to new. Let's have a look-see-dooksy. The full moon in Sagittarius, Tuesday, June 14th, 7:52 a.m. It's my deceased father's birthday, and it's also Donald Trump's birthday, and it's Flag Day. That's a lot. And a full moon? Great. We're gonna light a candle. We're gonna light a candle and do a little magic here on the channel before I head north to Saratoga that day. I'm psyched to see my mom. And then we're looking at the waning moon. The letting go, the releasing, the surrendering, the alchemizing from lead to gold, from pain to peace, toxic to healthy, you know, the hard stuff, the F word, forgiveness, right? That kind of thing. Forgiveness is an alchemical element, so that you can make room for the new moon in Cancer on Tuesday, the 28th of June, 10:52 p.m. We'll be doing magic for those two. Just for you, we have magic to do. Oh my god, at least I Bob Fosse'd myself on camera. Yeah, and the 5-card draws will be out in time for those. So, it is a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Check your other signs. Your sun, your moon, your rising, your Venus sign could have different points of view about the timeline we're about to look at, or it could be different timelines because we all got more than one thing going on, more than one coal in the metaphysical, mystical fire, so to speak. So, both feet on the floor if you can. Stay grounded. We're earth signs. I'm a Virgo if you're new to this. If you're new to my channel. And focus on your breath if you will, and I will get you the clarity, guidance, and grace, because on a bit of a serious note, you can tell I'm trying to keep it light, because I watch the news. I know what's going on. I don't bury my head in the sand. I'm a healer. I'm a teacher. I'm incarnating right now in one of the most dramatic times the planet has pretty much seen ever. So I know this for sure. The more you do the shadow work, the more you do your healing, your releasing, your alchemy, whatever you want to call it, the more that influences this world. It's just how it works. It's quantum unity. The higher you go in unity consciousness, the more that you see, oh wow, when I heal my shadow a little bit, it shifts in everyone who has a similar resonance of that shadow, so to speak. So, since I don't have the power to do anything about Ukraine, necessarily, I mean, I can donate money, but he works hard for the money, so hard for it, honey. You know, or school shootings, or Roe versus Wade, or corruption being exposed. I can do what I came here to do. I can do my healing, and that helps everybody. And then we all become spiritual teachers because we're teaching by example, not necessarily hitting people over the head with metaphysical philosophy or theology. Just my point of view. So let's have fun with this if we can. It is a shadow read, but let's start off and see how we end. Please take a nice deep breath. If that's not honest and authentic, I don't know what is. Still point. Thank you very much, and here we go. Using the Caroline Mace archetype deck, I call upon the collective pantheons of angels, archangels, goddesses, gods, ascended masters of the general assembly, the spirit animals and totems, as well as the pantheon of all pantheons from all traditions, lineages, and cultures involved. Please, one card in clarity, the dominant 8th chakra archetype being alchemized from shadow to light, pain to peace, toxic to healthy, fear to love, hovering over their heads, sending down the codes to all the other chakras, affecting the electromagnetic dynamic of what they attract and what they repel, and really setting the tone for the rest of the reading. What's their dominant 8th chakra archetype this full to new June to do? You're a virgin and you can't drive. Oof, that's harsh. The virgin archetype. I'm a Virgo. Let's talk about it. This is the feminine family archetypes. There are 9 different families. There's a masculine family archetype, and on and on and on. This is not so much about sex, though. Trust me. You can have an archetype a reason, a season, or a lifetime, and I mean literally, like, you can have an archetype pop in for an hour, disappear, and never show itself again in your energy field personally. It is like that. You can have it for a season, but in a lifespan, a season could be a decade, it could be a week, who knows? It's a season. Symbolically speaking, or a lifetime, womb to tomb. You have it every day of your life, every second. Mine comes and goes. It really is the virgin archetype, though I am a Virgo. It happens in certain ways, and I'll explain. Now, the shadow is what you don't want to look at, but what you need to heal. As you heal this within yourself, you're helping everybody heal. And it's a big deal, particularly for the feminine energy. It's a feminine energy archetype. And the light is what you're shooting for, the lead to gold. Lead has 3 more atoms than gold on the periodic table, so there is a hidden blessing, and the last card down will give us a hint about what that hidden blessing is. The shadow attribute, fear of intimate union. Well, yeah, during the pandemic, I wasn't really looking to, what did they call it on Golden Pond? When they were making out, oh man, it flashed, it came, and it went. Sucking face. You want to suck face? Henry Fonda, right? No, not so much. I'm a Virgo. My legs are crossed under this table, and they don't even need to be. The light attribute, maintaining symbolic purity of heart and spirit. Now, look, the shadow side of that for me is I'm a bit of a purist when it comes to things like choreography. Like, good choreography done bad, or just, well, is there really bad choreography? That's art. But, like, I don't go to karaoke. Somebody's singing off key, you might as well drag a rake across a chalkboard. It's just I'm a purist, like an artist that way, and it verges on being a snob. But that's mine. The other one is, and Carolyn Mace brought this up, these are her archetype cards, MYSS, and she's a PhD. She said, if there's a stick of butter on the table and it has like knife hacks and crumbs on it, I'll ask for my own pat of butter. I'm like, right there with you. Which the Italian in me says, what, are you skeeving me? I'm like, hell yeah, I skeeve you. Get me some real clean butter. I think you get the vibe of the virgin touched for the very first time today. Let's get the next 4 chakras down with the Daughters of the Moon Tarot. The internal heart, throat, third eye, crown chakras. Integrating the signal being sent down from the virgin archetype in the 8th chakra. This is where the shadow work starts, because you got mental power, spiritual power, mental power, willpower. You gonna do the shadow work or not? Choices, decisions, and emotional power. Let's see what hits the table that you need to be aware of. Isn't that right, Melky? You are? Please, was he sitting here? He probably, I know, he pops in, I see it in edits. I have no idea he's there. Breathe. Told you, trying to keep this fun. Still point. As I call upon my goddesses of the earth, powers of earth, sign of Taurus, such a witch, Powers of the North, my beloveds. One card in clarity. Heart, third eye, crown dynamic for the Taurus collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading with the Virgin in the 8th. What's going on the inside that they need to be aware of this full to new June 2022? Uh-oh, Two of Cups. Definitely heart chakra. I know it has a romantic context to it, but if you're afraid of intimate union, you got some shadow work to do. Because intimate union need not immediately talk about, oh right, I'm not monetized on YouTube anymore. Good. Intercourse. Still. See, that's the Virgo in me, and yet I've got a potty mouth that could knock a sailor off his ship at 100 paces. Reverend Potty Mouth, they used to call me back in my Reverend days, and some people still do. But there is definitely this whirlpool energy then in the heart chakra drawing you into its center. Whether this is about another person or not, we still got 5 more cards to hit the table. But with the Virgin here, this might be something they might not be willing to let on about. It all depends on where they are on the scale here. So to maintain symbolic purity of heart and spirit in such an obvious element of water, emotional heart chakra card, I think you're off to a really good start. And it's just a 2. Right? You don't change your life for a 2 of Cups. 10 of Cups, we can talk. I'll have my lawyers look over the paperwork. Virgo. Let's get the lower 3 chakras. The masculine. You looking at yourself from the outside in. You looking from the inside out at a person, place, or thing. That can even be a theme going on. Root chakra is groups, tribes, circles of friends, your nationality, your political leanings, your favorite band, your favorite team, anything 3 people or more that you're into, connected with, even your ancestral lineage is tribal. Second chakra, your relationship to another person or thing. Think umbilical cord from navel to navel. Money, sex, power, and can be addiction because you have a relationship to a specific or maybe not so specific thing. That's a second chakra deal. Of course, shift one of it shifts all of it for some reason, and I would say with the 2 of Cups there might be some of that going on in the second chakra. And what's going on then in the solar plexus is your relationship to yourself in the world, your boundaries, your honor code, your gut, your own personal gut that other people usually don't get. So your self-esteem, how much do you value your process, your intuitive stuff? Do you trust your gut, right? All of that's in there. Get ready. They're building me up for this if they make me shuffle this long. Please take a nice deep breath. It's a very high vibe thing. I can feel this. Still point. As I call upon my gods of earth, the sign of Taurus, powers of the north, please. Lower 3 chakra, inside out, outside in, masculine dynamic for the Taurus collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading. Virgin in the 8th, 2 of Cups on the inner. What's going on the outer? Yeah, the 5 of Swords. Ooh, pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, cheep, cheep, cheep. Lots of mental vibes going on here. You're in your head. It's argumentative. It's conflicting, but it's changing. 5s are numbers of change. It's fire, earth, air, water, spirit. We are Captain Planet. I love that there are going to be people who don't know what that's about. Go Google it. I'm sure you can find it on YouTube. That there is a lot of thinking going on here, and it can very much be conflictive thinking. You'll get to the 6 of Swords. You'll take the journey from rough water to calm, but do get that on the outside, this could absolutely be a kind of snippy situation, a snippy conversation, or a back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But be careful if someone's trying to change your mind to go against your own heart. Symbolic purity, including of intent, right? It's like, no, I'm going to feel what I'm feeling. You know, unfortunately, it's a language that's been on the planet for a very long time. Oh, don't feel sad. Oh, don't feel that. It's like, hey, you keep your hands off my heart chakra, honey. Oh, I'm managing that. So, interesting. Interesting dynamic here. I think you got a lot to think about as well as feel about on this. Let's get you a healing mantra from the Matt Kahn Healing Mantra deck. 1 of 3 bookie book reads. We're also going to do the Divine Animals Oracle and the Blessed Bee deck, which will, as I said, give us some insight into the hidden gold within the lead, the hidden blessing. And these mantras work if you work them. I know all of them. I've done them all. I've had this deck for a really long time, and the majority of my clients have actually gotten them, that I use them when I read. So let's do this. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Thank you. As I call to the ascended masters of the General Assembly, but certainly involving the Virgin archetype, we're looking at a type of purity here, maybe even a single pointed focus in that sense, of heart and spirit, with that obvious vibe, swirl and whirlpool, two things coming closer and closer into the center of the whirlpool. Ain't that right, Melky? But with that 5 of Swords on the outer, like I'm getting like bickering in my head. It's making it a little hard to focus on what's going on. So what's the perfect healing mantra to balance that out, to give them a single pointed focus this full to new June 2022? Deconstructing doubt. Only my beliefs are in the way. There you go. That's why I make the big bucks. Free on YouTube. That's why I make the big bucks. That's why I have Patreon. Deconstructing doubt. I mean, it addresses that element of air clearly, and I don't think you have to sacrifice your purity in this one. You'll like this one. Because remember, thoughts are things. Thoughts are things. They're electromagnetic wavelengths in the air, just like microwaves, pretty much. Deconstructing doubt. Only my beliefs are in the way. There's an indication of your shadow work. Mental. Third eye. As you deconstruct doubt, you're no longer lost in concerns and curiosities of what if, with the 2 of Cups on the end. But what if? But what if? But what if? But what if? Yeah, what are you doing? What we all do, actually. But are more rooted in the truth of what is, right? That's the difference. What if or what is. When doubt is deconstructed, hardship is no longer a sign of misfortune. It's an opportunity to step outside your comfort zone and meet the higher aspects of soul that exist just beyond the boundaries of the self. It's about opening your mind and saying, all right, I have doubts. Who doesn't, right? Even when we believe something that is essentially not true, my favorite example, no one can refute. The sun rises in the east and sets in the west. No. The planet turns on an axis. It only looks like it does, right? Prove me wrong. Well, nowadays someone would probably try. Whatever. I'm over it. But you get the idea, right? So deconstructing doubt, particularly if we have identities based around certain thoughts, it can be tricky. This mantra is ideal for aligning with truth, being more self-actualized, which is amazing, and transforming inferiority, because there's no need to be inferior. You're a holy divine child of, well, God, goddess, pick your X variable. But it would make sense for a waning moon reading that you would be deconstructing doubt rather than building some new ones. I like it. There's a simplicity to this. Simple need not imply easy. That I learned from A Course in Miracles. Right. Love one another. Speaking of which, the Whispers of Love Oracle, the voices of the higher selves of all involved. 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above. I mean, if this is a romantic thing, then this isn't just you and your higher self. It's the higher self of all involved. Let's see what hits the table. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. From the ridiculous to the sublime. As I call upon the higher selves of all involved. 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above. What is the whisper of love for the Taurus collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading? Virgin archetype in the 8th, 2 of Cups, whirlpool on the inner. There, it spins them right round, baby, right round, like a record, baby, right round, 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 right, George, round, round. With the 5 of Swords, which is probably where that lyric just came from, empathically, telepathically. Just a lot of thought going on there. And deconstructing doubt. Why wouldn't we feel like we're spinning our wheels when there are doubts in place, and those doubts are ready to unravel? So what is the piece of information, inspiration, insight most needed for this shadow work for the Taurians this full to new June 22? Look at your pattern in relationships. Snap. It requires inner strength to recognize that you need to change or modify your behavior. Well, look, if there really is a love here and you have doubts, right, and you want to be pure about it, you want to keep that purity. Like maybe you want true love, right? But then again, it says look at your pattern in relationships. That's not always just romantic, sexual, and unfortunately, if you look at your family relationships, you see where some of the patterns you're actually healing come from, right? Because if you don't heal it with your parents, or lack thereof, which is a huge part of it as well, it's never greener on the other side of the fence, trust me, regardless of the type of grass grown. It's tricky. Relationships are tricky. So looking at your patterns means pulling back and seeing it as a storyline that you incarnated into to figure out and heal and have an adventure through, instead of, oh, I fucked up, I did it wrong. But those could certainly be a lot of those doubts. And what do you need to change? Well, the alchemy here, really look at your fear of intimate union in the past. Oh, gee. Have you learned to doubt yourself because of, let's just say, relations in the past? Yeah, who hasn't? So heal this. You're going to help everybody heal by being able to move forward in healthier relationships regardless of the form. That's how holographic reality works. I know. Oh, they've only been saying it since, I don't know, the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. Look it up. I'm 53 years old. I'm allowed to know all this weird, obscure stuff. So let's go on a different vibe, right? Let's use the Divine Animals Oracle here. This is my favorite pantheon because the animals love me and I love them. My last name is Lyons with a Y. If you're going to do the shadow work, which has its roots in shamanism, call upon your spirit animals or totems. Not quite the same thing. We'll have that conversation someday. There is a difference, at least the way I experience it and was taught. Let's see what hits the table from the animal pantheon. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. I love these ones. My favorite one. As I call upon the spirit animals and totems for the Taurus collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading. What is their Divine Animals Oracle? The message. Who walks with them? Who swims with them? Who flies with them? Who crawls with them? With this journey of the Virgin, with a 2 of Cups whirlpool on the inner and 5 of Swords on the outer, deconstructing doubt. Only their beliefs are in the way as they look at their patterns in relationships. This looks like a straight through line, right? There's no gap in this. So who walks with them? Who swims with them? Who flies with them? Who crawls with them? Giving them the love, wisdom, and power, support, and protection they need to do this shadow work this full to new June 2022. Seahorse. Equality. You know, I do have PayPal and Venmo. If you really want to see this. At least I'm talking to another Earth sign. For really $5 a month on Patreon, you can get a crap load of good stuff. Card number 14, the Seahorse. Yeah, and the keyword equality. I thought so. This one was hard to forget. So regardless of the relationship, you're getting some serious backup here with the C. Horse, now I only read the first part and the last part, the verbal sketchy thumbnail in the beginning and the magic part, but there's such good info. This is an amazing deck. Then again, I don't really work with crap decks. Not that there really are any. Please take a nice deep breath. Here we go, seahorse. Seahorse, keyword, equality. Seek equality in relationships. Okay. In particular, intimate ones. You will attract what you resonate. You can decide your future. Hiding from our fears is rarely a good strategy. Fear of intimate union, as I recall, first card down. It is time to ensure that the domestic and emotional labor in your world is equally shared. And that's why this doesn't just have to be about intimate, sexual, romantic stuff. This could be about the people you live with. This could be about the people that you work with, right? Look at your patterns. It's holographic. Boogie, oogie, oogie. You try doing this every day. You don't develop a weird-ass sense of humor. The magic. Like most ocean-based elemental magic, the keys here are flow and fluidity. Not necessarily the fixed earth sign of Taurus's bailiwick, but, you know, you have other planets in other places. However, seahorse magic can best be utilized around issues of equality. If you want to be seen as an equal, or you are being discriminated against in sex, race, or status, you can ask for help of seahorse energy to receive balance and justice. It's very Arthur Curry, if you think about it. Do you know Arthur? Talks to fish. Not gonna say that thing from John Cena's thing, because that was really funny. What was it called? Wait. Oh God, John Cena in the third eye. Out. We'll talk later, John. The blessing. The hidden blessing in all of this, the gold within the lead in the virgin archetype, that should you choose to do this work, should be revealed. A little clue, tip, and hint. We've been joking, we've been lightening up, but this is a really cool read, right? There's nothing really traumatic here. There's nothing kicking me in my chakras, so to speak, as an empath, but there is a lot of mental static, which, you know, check your other signs, particularly if you have planets in air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You might want to have a look-see-duck-see what's going on there. But about equality, seeing this differently is going to really help. And you have more than 2 weeks to do it. But you do a little bit, little bit, little bit, little bit. So let's get our last card down. And like I said, we've been joking, but we're going to do the blessing for real. And then at the end, we'll chat a little bit. I have to release the collective somehow, so I've just learned, let out the goofy at the end, because so few people probably watch it to the very end. But you never know what's going to come out of, well, my mouth. Not that I'm not in control, but it's a creative process. Last card down. Please take a nice deep breath. Let's do it. Still point. Thank you. As I call upon the pantheon of all pantheons, traditions, lineages, and cultures, please, one card in clarity, the hidden blessing, the gold within the lead, for the Taurus collective sun, moon, rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading, alchemizing the virgin archetype so that they can maintain symbolic purity of heart and spirit in this Two of Cups whirlpool going on inside of them. Maybe they're telling people, maybe they're not, because it seems like there's a lot of crosstalk. There's a lot of argumentative bickering, this, that, other people's thoughts, other people's opinions in here, which of course then they would need to deconstruct out, because only their beliefs are in their way as they look upon their pattern of relationships. If this is a romantic thing, also look at the people around that romantic thing, what they're saying and doing. And is it their story, or is it yours, or is it both? Well, and so that they can call upon that thing, that equality that we're all looking for in our relationships in all shapes and forms, because we are all one at the core of it all. They do all that. They do the shadow work. They deconstruct the doubt and all that jazz, looking at their patterns of relationship, coming into alignment with the soul power of the Virgin. Symbolic purity, integrity. What's the hidden blessing they will find this full to new, June 2022? Deck drop. A blessing on your intuition. Get out of this and into this. Now, intuition, every chakra has its intuitive voice. Anatomy of the Spirit, Carolyn Mace. I'm always going to give you a book recommendation. I am a teacher. Don't kid yourself. My mother is a teacher at nursery school, but she's teaching college now in her retirement. Bless her heart. Advanced education, whatever, extended education. I love her. A beautiful card. I mean, I'm totally getting, like, I don't know, Britt Eklund vibe off of this card a little bit. Just gorgeous. Hanging out with an owl and all sorts of stuff. So let's see what the blessing on your intuition is. Which virgin territory allows, right? Because it's your intuition, not theirs. Look, I'm going to take every Trixie and Katya reference that comes through my third eye. I don't know any other readers that are doing that, but then again, I'm pretty effing busy. Ready? Joking aside, we do the blessings for real. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Alright, pantheons of all pantheons, let's confer this blessing. Card number 8. A blessing on your intuition. A blessing to create a trusting relationship with your own inner guidance. In other words, the relationship you're really working on here is with your own guidance system. In this world, many will seek to guide you. 5 of Swords. They will hold a torch aloft and show you a road that they will promise you has a destination that is heavenly or healing or a home for the spirit in which you will be loved, in which you will finally belong. May this blessing light the torch of your own inner guide, who alone knows the truth of your soul. May you begin to sense out what is best for you, without pride or vain public deliberating. May you just simply connect with a light within, and from that light shine out, and with that light, the glowing radiance of your own intuition, the guide of your own spirit. This is a long run-on sentence. May the road you take be softly illuminated. Doesn't that make sense for the Virgin? Sorry. Archetype. It's a vowel. Buy one. May you trust when it takes place, but not force it on another. That takes practice. May your own intuition grow its light until it glows bright when needed and softens when you feel ready to walk steadily into the direction of your own soul. May you trust that you are becoming who you were born to be and never who another would make you. That's that 5 of Swords. Yeah. May this intuition not be shaken by mistakes or misinterpretations, but may you open up the senses you are so gifted with by the Spirit that guides us all. And may your own inner wisdom that will be expressed through that innate gift of intuition be given room to blossom. May you be taught well, but not attached to teachers of the intuitive gifts. Really important. Really important. I don't care how good a reader is. You've got your own system. We're all helping each other get through this. May you be guided, but never against your own intuitive will. And may you come to understand that the price of walking this way of truth to the self may sometimes be high. Oh yeah. Worth it, but it's a high price, but never as high as the giving up of will and spirit and guidance to others. Yeah. Let yourself be open to the messages from within first, and then allow the world to speak to you through the filter of your most pure, intuitive gift. For the well-being of all, with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. So mote it be. And so it is. It sounds like you're a virgin who can drive. I'm very happy for you. Really, really good read here. And it does make sense. Did you like it? Did it help? Hit the thumbs up. Help the other bulls find it. Want more of me here? Subscribe. It's the easiest thing to do. Just hit subscription because I'm not stopping. I'm going to keep going. This is just one channel of my life mission out into the world, having a field day as I go. And certainly if you want to go deeper, come Patreon on Patreon. I'm not kidding. I am serving the magical, metaphysical, miraculous, and mystical tea over there to my humans, my heroes, my angels, my witches, my immortals, my gods, goddesses, and I love them. I stream there pretty much every morning, cup of coffee in a bathrobe with my hair doing its thing before I get on camera. So I love it. It's my favorite thing on planet Earth. So come check it out if you want. Otherwise, wishing you the very best and the very blessed, my beloved bulls, my second housers, my life valuers. Have at it. And if you need help, reach out, right? Booking a reading with Mal. It's a video in the description box. Explains the whole process, just like Clarissa. Have a good one. Have at it. Do that shadow work. Hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.